Welcome back to another episode of Detroit 360, your personal guide to all things Detroit. I'm your host, Sheila Grant. Wow, there really are some amazing people in Detroit. One thing that makes them so great, though, is that they give back. They actually make it their mission to mentor others. That's what you'll see in this next piece on the Impact Organization. Enjoy.
At some point, there has to be a level of responsibility, and there also has to be a level of accountability. Like, you guys are young men. In March of 2017, I was driving the streets of Detroit, and I was involved in a life-changing car accident. That car accident almost killed me. The impact of that accident almost took me out. It was revealed to me to start a program called Impact. All I kept hearing was impact, impact, impact. And I realized that the impact of that accident, it happened because I had been making an impact in the lives of the young men in our Detroit community. And so I felt like the accident tried to take me out by impact simply because I was making an impact. So it was revealed to me just to start a program called Impact. And so the Impact program focuses on working with young men ages 16 to 24. We focus on self-esteem, career readiness, relationship building, and changing the mindset from negative to positive.
As an Impact mentor, I was intrigued because I've been doing mentoring for quite some time now, but this was a new opportunity to deal with young people, young men, many of whom don't have mentors or male figures. We try to provoke thought to get the young people, the young men, to think differently about just everyday life, about relationships, about their past, about their future, about their goals, just to get them to think outside of what they consider the norm. And the mentees buy in. I think that they're seeing the importance of it. I think they're seeing the relevance of the program, and they're spreading the word. They're going back and they're telling their friends, hey, listen, there's a place where you can come and be comfortable.
I found out about Impact through Miss Garth. She showed me things and taught me things that I didn't even understand. One of the things that she taught me was that my mind has the mental capacity of 195 countries. When you listen to her and when you hear her, it's like little things is coming to your mind, just different things that you never really thought you would think of. So what I'm doing with it today is teaching it to other people. I spread the word. Like, go to Impact. There's things that we can do. There's things that you can think about. You know, you don't gotta really think about the same thing every single day. Get up, go to school, go to work. You don't really gotta think about it. You can think about the things that you really wanna accomplish. This is what Impact is about, opening the mind so you can accomplish things that you really wanna do in life. This is also about how to teach people self-control and just other things that a normal person can teach. But what Ms. Garth does, she's emotionally and physically teaching you things that you can carry on through generation and generation throughout different people. Impact is a program where you can come and learn different things about yourself. So I'm going to leave you with this. If you need some encouragement within your life, come to Impact.
Impact is basically like a diary, but a boy version. And we can come together and we speak on anything. If it's negative, positive, it's anything that's going on in our life. And we really get to vent and tell our emotions, and it's not like anybody would judge you, even like if you broke down and cried, because we basically all going through the same thing. And it's good to be around people like that, because a lot of the times you think you can't make it out of something, but the more you see people that have been in Impact longer and new people come, they see that we overcoming fears and things like that, and it motivates them to be better than what they were. So Impact should be actually, I think it should be Impact everywhere in the world. It should always be like something relative to our Impact program, because it helps so many young people get on their feet. And when I first got here, I didn't really see myself doing anything really, per se. And it really took somebody to pull that out of me and actually want to do something. Rather, I knew it was positive for myself. I just wanted to try something different, and being an Impact really showed me who I was.
The goal for the Impact Mentoring Program is to model the Imagine Mentoring Program, putting mentors and mentees together. The criteria to become a mentor is just to have experience from life. We're just looking for you to come in and have life experience and a desire to change the lives of others.
Hi, my name is Jenna Moore, and this is my job story. I was doing housekeeping, working at a fruit plant in Plymouth in Detroit, and when Michigan Works, I went there to upgrade my resume, add a little more things, experience that I had, and then they had some listing of jobs, and they asked me did I want to go to a job fair, and I told them sure. The job fair, it was like so many people there, and they had to choose just a few people because there was a lot of them showed up. I had an interview. 2 people interviewed me at Tuskegee Automotive Group, and like I said, they said don't go anywhere, and then that's when the Fredo told me I had the job. I was hired. I love it because it's an experience for me. And I just love working around them and working with the people and working on machines. I had training for a week, and after that I was on my own. I love it because it's an experience for me, and I just love working around them and working with the people, and it's a good career because it's more training and learning experience. You can learn a lot.
Did you know Detroit was the original hair capital of the world? Well, that's great news for someone like me who has no idea what to do with her hair, or these things right here. This next piece, D-Style, takes you inside Presidential Suites. It's more than just a barber shop. It's a Black-owned business that's thriving in its neighborhood.
Hello, my name is Dawood Abdur Rahman, and I am the owner of Presidential Suite here at Gratiot and Shane. We'd like to welcome you all to Presidential Suite, and hopefully you got time to take a walk through and a tour, and we can get more in depth about what we offer and our services and amenities. Presidential Suite been open since 2011. I actually fell into a situation where it became a blessing. I've been working down here since 2002. And I was able to take over with a partner of mine, Eugene Harris. We always wanted a spot where everybody could feel like every amenity was included in a service that was being provided. And that's where Presidential Suite come from. If you get a Presidential Suite, everything is included. You feel like a boss, you feel like everything you want to. And that's what we provide here.
Well, I'm giving him a shave on his face like I usually give him every week. He likes the way I line up his beard with the straight razor. So that's why he comes to me every weekend.
I've been coming to Chris for about a year and a half. I came to this guy with a messed up face, and he made me feel like a president. He boosted my confidence. I love this place because of the atmosphere. You get a suburban atmosphere in the urban community. Detroit need that. The men and women that work here, they make you feel like family. They're informative, they're professional, they're classy. The people here are respectful. This is like the greatest place to be.
I've been cutting hair for 36 years. I've been professional for 29. And what got me started, because I was about to get to start doing the wrong things at the age of 13, to my dad. He was a barber in World War II, so he made sure that I had that trade up under my belt just like he had. And I just been blessed and happy doing something that I love to do. Brother, I apologize for making you look extra handsome.
If you see the way I look when I come in, you'll be amazed. I come in looking like a candidate, like Donald Trump. I leave out of here looking like President Obama. Every time I walk out of here, you know, I hold my head up high. I'm proud to be a Detroiter. This place is just amazing. This guy, he's the greatest. He's the Muhammad Ali of barber.
I've been coming to Presidential for almost 3 years. The customer service is excellent. You know, like I said, it's always pleasant in here. Great place to come. And sometimes I just come here just to sit down and talk with the guys. It's just, you know, like I said, it's like a family atmosphere. So it's more so a brotherhood opposed to, you know, barber and customer. He listens to me, you know, as far as my haircut goes. He fades the heck out of my hair, which I get compliments on it all the time. So
Especially from his wife.
especially from my wife.
What kind of foolishness is this?
What's up? You all right?
What's going on? You all right?
Another one of DPD finest.
Born and raised in Detroit. I went to Martin Luther King High School. A lot of us are King alumni, Drew, T, Wood, and a lot of King alumni come in, they feel like they're home here. I remember riding a bus downtown in high school, and it was under major construction. It just didn't look the way it looks now. People are taking more pride in the city because the people that upstairs are taking more pride in it, making it better. Like before they put the street lights up on Gratiot, it just opened it up and made it a little bit more safer. I never make one thing my niche. I try to learn everything to expand my talents as a barber. So I'm pretty much a mixture of everybody. Once I came in here, I learned from each and every one of these barbers to make my services a little bit better for my clients.
I'm best known for keeping a smile on everybody's face. Come in, everybody know I'm a crack a joke. I've been cutting hair since high school and at Eastern Michigan University. A little bit over 15, 20 years, yeah. Everybody's like family. And here you go get a family atmosphere. You have everybody cracking jokes. You go get everything in here. Just like being at home with your family.
I've been cutting hair all in all for about maybe 21 years now. I've been cutting on Gratiot since 2002. I started, like everybody else, in the basement, you know, getting my reps up. But I started here on Gratiot in this same shop. This was the only shop I've ever worked at. So this is where I started. This is where I enjoyed. I love the area. I grew up down here, went to the schools around here, Miller, King, Duffield, you know, lived in the area, familiar with the demographic around here. So it made it real convenient, you know, for me to set up shop and open business. When you're around a great environment, you get around people who have the same mission in mind. It's easy to take care of business and actually get things accomplished. So that's what I've been blessed with, a good, you know, good co-workers, a real good team. And that's what I enjoy about it.
I decided that I wanted to be a barber because I could work my own hours and I'm my own boss, independent, entrepreneur. So it felt natural. Actually, it's really not even work to me. It's just something I felt like I should be doing. No second guessing. This is not a coin toss. You know when you leave from out of my chair that you're gonna be together.
I've been coming to Haywood's for over 15 years. Even if I didn't have a haircut, I had braids. Even if it was just a lineup. Even come out here since childhood. And the experience is great. Like you say, when you come get a cut from Wood, it's an uplift. You feel better. It does more than just a haircut. It's an experience that just changes you. There's a lot of good barbers here. I mean, it's good, quiet. It's never too loud. And they all treat everybody here with respect. You know what I'm saying? You come in,
It gives you that presidential cut. You get out of here, you feel like the president.
I've been a hairstylist for about 18 years, and I've been a presidential suite for 4 years, going on 5 in May. I enjoy all my coworkers. I've known some of them before, but it's like we just joined together and became a family. Once I met everybody else, we just came together. Detroit has always been #1 when it comes to hair, style, and fashion. And the younger people are bringing out what they know, and they're really keeping it going. But they just have to keep that passion up to keep us #1. They got to keep it up. It's like I said, Detroit still, we're more polished.
I've always wanted to be in a barbershop where I kind of felt like I was getting my hair cut at my home. I was getting my hair cut around all my friends, and I love meeting new people, and that's what I wanted to provide. And that's what we have here at Presidential Suite.
We can use another nail tech. We have a lot of booths available for barbers and stylists. Come on and join us.
Della Reese was born July 1931 in the historic Black Bottom neighborhood of Detroit, Michigan. Reese was discovered by the gospel singer Mahalia Jackson. In 1970, Reese became the first black woman to guest host The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson. She went on to guest star in many television roles and feature films. Detroit honors Della Reese.
I just love looking at old pictures. It makes me really grateful for the people who've influenced my life. Family, friends, even some old teachers. This next piece shows you how some people have influenced the city of Detroit.
Cornelius Henderson, a Detroit native and engineering graduate from the University of Michigan, designed a major landmark, the approach to the Ambassador Bridge. Henderson found work in Ontario, Canada, with a Canadian bridge company who also designed parts of the Detroit-Windsor Tunnel. He designed many other bridges around the world. We honor Cornelius Henderson.
The Nakarima, American spelled backwards, was founded in 1922. Raymond H. Menard and Julian Archer founded the Nakarima Club as a place for well-to-do black men to relax and network. The club, officially incorporated in 1932, was patterned after the more affluent white Detroit men's clubs. Although the surrounding neighborhood has fallen on hard times and club membership has dwindled, the Nakarima Club still exists.
James DeWitt Yancey, better known by the stage names J. Della and J.D. He was one of the music industry's most influential hip-hop artists, working with big-name acts including A Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, Busta Rhymes, Erykah Badu, The Roots, The Pharcyde, and Common, just to name a few. In the year 1996, he formed the group Slum Village, Detroit honors J. Dilla.
Berry Gordy Jr. was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. He is an African-American businessman, songwriter, and entrepreneur. He founded Motown Records in 1959. His company launched the most successful and prominent time in the history of popular music. Berry Gordy Jr. is Detroit Black History. In 1965, Dr. Charles Wright opened the International Afro-American Museum in his home on West Grand Boulevard. In 1978, a larger museum was built in Midtown Detroit and renamed the Charles H. Wright Museum of African American History. Dr. Charles H. Wright is Detroit Black History. Coleman Alexander Young was the first African American mayor of the city of Detroit. During World War II, Young served as a Tuskegee Airman in the United States Air Forces. Coleman Young was considered one of Detroit's most popular mayors. He served from 1974 to 1994. Coleman Alexander Young is Detroit Black History.
Known as the Brown Bomber, to Detroiters he was none other than Joe Louis. Raised in Detroit, Louis put the city on the map with a fierce desire to win, along with a devastating left hook. But the punch heard round the world was in 1938. With the world watching and listening by radio, Joe Louis knocked out German Max Schmeling in the first round, thus winning the hearts of millions around the world. Today we salute Detroit's own Joe Louis.
McKinley Thompson became the first African-American automobile designer. In 1956, he was hired by Ford Motor Company and went on to help design the Mustang, Shelby Cobra, and the Cougar II. He also contributed to the concepts of flying cars. In 1962, Thompson received the Town Crier's Bell Award from Mayor Kavanaugh for devoting his time and talents for the betterment of the city of Detroit. Detroit honors McKinley Thompson.
For favor. My name is Dr. Brian Smith. I am the president of the Tuskegee Airmen National Museum. The Tuskegee Airmen National Museum was started by the original Tuskegee Airmen here in Detroit. We opened our doors in 1987, and the former mayor of the city of Detroit, Coleman A. Young, was instrumental in getting that museum located at historic Fort Wayne. In the museum, we display the history of the Tuskegee Airmen from the early pioneers, Eugene Juck Bullard, the first African-American pilot, male, and Bessie Coleman, the first African-American pilot, female, all the way to Guy Bluford, who is our first African-American astronaut to go into space.
In '77, I applied for the astronaut program among 10,000 other people, and in '78, I got selected. There were 3 African Americans in that class, myself, Ron McNair, and Fred Gregory. I think any of the 3 of us could have done that role. Fred was a test pilot, Ron was an engineer, and I sort of mixed both, had the blend of both. But it wasn't for me a desire to be the first African American in space. My desire was to make a contribution.
We have a website, TuskegeeMuseum.org, that tries to entice people to come and visit the museum. We also give young people airplane rides once a month, April to October. We hope that gets the word out. We do air shows around the Midwest of the United States. We've gone as far south as Orlando, Florida to do an air show. And that also gets the word out about the Tuskegee Airmen Museum. We do an air show for the city of Detroit in June in conjunction with River Days right on the Detroit River. That also tells the story or the history or the location of the museum.
Now, be proud to say, was built during the war in America by the Packard Motor Car Company in Detroit, Michigan. Imagine you were a young black man in World War II from Detroit or Chicago or Cleveland, willing and ready to fight, knowing that you could get in the air. This would be where your opportunity from. Members of Air Forces, keep them flying. B-25 there, Bob. Now, listen to the sound.
Diversity in aviation is very important. As you know, the Tuskegee Airmen in World War II did a fantastic job of escorting bombers while they bombed our enemy, Germany. And had it not been for the Tuskegee Airmen, the war may have gone on much longer. The United States Army Air Corps didn't understand the importance, the skill, the bravery, and the excellence that the Tuskegee Airmen would bring to the battle. Had they realized that, they could have trained more African-American pilots, and perhaps the war could have been ended sooner.
Yesterday, I fulfilled one of my ambitions as a combat pilot. I got one airplane. And
an American far from home, fighting a war around the world. Listen again.
This was my leader, and the second ship was me, and 2 sparklers came on my right. I turned right and put up a stone wall of bullets
A wall of bullets. It wasn't so long ago these men were students in a university, workmen in a shipyard, just plain citizens from everywhere USA. They changed jobs, they changed clothes. They took a train into the future. They didn't know what the future would be, but many hoped they'd get the chance to fly and fight in the air. Some wanted that chance more than anything in the world. A chemistry student, a welder, a shoe salesman must learn how to fly. A group of average Americans must become a team of fighting men with wings. A man has to learn his way around. It takes many weeks of learning to make a fighter pilot. And a lot of that learning is done in a hard wooden chair. Because a fighter pilot is a combination of a mathematician and an athlete, a scientist and a sharpshooter. He's got to know what goes on inside his plane. The heart of his fighter is steel and copper. Its bloodstream is gas and oil. But its brain is the man who flies it. Under the feet of these men, a new road is being beaten out. Broad enough now for thousands and 10,000s. A good road for our country. These men remember that, marching or flying. They remember backing them up, their families, their friends, who expect so much of them. And backing them up, the men and women of every creed and speech and color who made these planes. And backing them up, the most powerful force in the world, the strength of the American people.
And you can go to our website, TuskegeeMuseum.org, find a donation link, and make us happy, make us solvent, and help us to influence young people to pursue careers in aviation and aerospace science.
In 1967, Mel Farr joined the Detroit Lions and won the year's NFL Rookie of the Year award. After his retirement from pro football in 1975, he opened the Mel Farr Ford Automotive dealership, and by 1998, the Mel Farr Auto Group grossed $596 million, making it the top black-owned business in the United States. Detroit honors Mel Farr.
Greer was born in Detroit, Michigan. Greer was nominated for a Tony Award for Best Featured Actor in a Musical. Detroit honors Mr. David Allen Greer.
Well, that's it for this week's episode of Detroit 360. I'm your host, Sheila Grant. Thanks so much for watching.